Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. So we are done with these parent functions f of x equal to x, f of x equal to x square, f of x equal to x cube, f of x equal to square root of x, f of x equal to 1 by x, f of x equal to absolute value of x, and f of x equal to some constant c. So these all are kind of parent functions that we have discussed in the previous videos. We will be talking about some more parent functions in the coming videos. Now what we are going to do is we are going to uh, define some transformations, and based on those transformations we will be graphing the functions which are transformed version of these functions. Now because I can transform any of these functions, or I can be given some function. For example, I am given with this function. Now I can see that this function is some transformation. This function can be achieved by applying some transformation to this. This is transformed version of this function. And what are those transformations, how to recognize which transformation has been used, how can I plot this one using the graph of this function, or even you can ask how can I plot this one if I know the graph of this function. So these are going to be the question that we are going to answer. Now let me define some terminology, like what is rigid transformation. Okay, there is a rigid transformation and another one is non-rigid transformation. So first we will be concerned with the rigid transformation. So the rigid transformations are simply those transformations where the shape of the parent function doesn't change. Shape doesn't change. Shape of course the function, graph of function doesn't change. Means whatever the function has, the shape will remain the same. Just it will be transformed, or just it will be shifted, or it will be reflected. So first I will be define the shifts. So there are basically two kind of transformations. One shifts, so rigids, two rigids, shifts, and the other one reflections, which we will be discussing. Shifts, so you can shift the graph of a function c units vertically up. When will this happen? So if you are given with a function y equal to f of x, then a new function which I achieve by adding c to this function, this h of x equal to f of x plus c. So what we are doing, basically we are adding a c constant positive to this f of x, then we will be shifting this function c units upward. And similarly c units vertically down. Vertically down. What do we mean by this c units vertically down? We mean that a new function h of x will be formed from this function by subtracting the value minus c. And similarly we have c units right. C units right, that is h of x equal to f of x minus c, or sorry, plus or minus c. And c units left, c units left means f of x plus c. So if you are adding c to this function, then it will shift upward. If you are subtracting c from this function, don't forget that c is a positive, so if you are subtracting c, then it will shift down. And if you are adding c to this x, then it will be moving towards left. And if you are subtracting c from this x, then it will be moving towards the right. So subtracting right, adding left. So there are two reflections as well. So these are rigid transformation, these four. So reflections are going to be two. Reflection about y, reflection about y, x's. So if you have a function, y equal to f of x, and you replace your f with minus x, then it will be shifted, about y-axis. On the same lines, reflection about x-axis. Reflection about x-axis. What do we mean by this? So this means that your new function y, or you can give it name h of x. If you are making a new function which is minus times this function, then this function will be reflected version of this function about x-axis. If the terminology is confusing you, then in the next session we will apply one by one these transformations to the parent functions, and there you will realize how it works. So let's meet in the next session.